Hey guys, Jerry here, and welcome to my brand new series on Banished. The city builder made by, what was it, like one or two people who, I think one guy, and then he had his brother do the music or something like this. It's pretty decent game. I've mentioned it before in the last episode of No Moria that I was gonna do this game. And the reason I mentioned it in No Moria is that the games are kinda similar, but still quite different. Nomoria is a game of survival with the combat elements and the complexity of the how the different workshops work together, or how to get the production lines going. This game is a bit more simple in that you don't have the same equally long production lines, but you'll get to see that once we actually start up the game. So let's click on new here and find a good name. Let's, as a little tribute to OpenTTD, let's call it Jerryville. And map seed, we are gonna go with, what do you want to, let's see, we'll take the number of subscribers I have right now with the number of videos I have right now, which I think is like 284 thereabouts. No, it's not, but whatever. Let's just go with this, and then we're gonna add in my age. Sure, why not? Terrain types. Valleys or mountains? Valleys or mountains? Mountains, of course, have more hills and such, and it's harder to build. Whereas valleys is slightly more flat, I could imagine, and it's pretty much mines are. Let's go with valleys, and then let's go for a large one. Like, I could imagine this series continuing for quite a while, so I don't want to run out of space to actually expand my city onto. Climate fair, medium difficulty. Disasters off. Yeah, let's keep everything as the developer intended. Not give ourselves any super handicaps, but also not give ourselves the all the advantages that we can. Creating iron deposits, casting shadows, putting clouds in the sky. Beautiful. Restricting camera angles. That's not nice. Placing cold layer. Carving lakes and rivers. I'm just reading up the little loading what it's doing. Planting seedlings. Now, I've never had this game take so long to load, so I'm guessing that large worlds do take a longer time. Alright, here we are. These are our people. All of these. There we go. And I'm guessing they're equipping tools and codes and such. Alright, so let's pause the game for a moment while we look around. So, let's see. There's a river going right behind us. There's a large lake over here, which I guess could make a pretty decent spot for like a fishing place and such. There's a lot of open flat area over there, which could be nice. There's a lot of forest and stuff here. This area is a bit more rough across the little river here, and over here it's pretty much, yeah. We have a good mix of land here. There's not a lot of space right where we start. Unfortunately, we do have the hill there in the way, so I think what we're gonna do is pretty much move over here ASAP. Like, there's not really a lot we can do over here in terms of space. We can put a couple of houses, we can put a farm maybe. I think a farm or some production stuff over here would be good. But for the majority of the living stuff, I think we're gonna go over here. So let us start by removing some resources on the way. Like, we're gonna need some wood and such to build stuff. So if people start cutting that down, then we can look at the interface here. Now, we need some information about the village. Like Jerryville, early spring, what year it is, how many people we have, what temperature it is, how many homeless people we have, and then of course how many resources we have, different kinds. All this is food, herbs, that sort of thing, how healthy people are, how happy they are. And so that's a pretty good window to have open. Then we also need an event log, sorta. This one is not really that necessary, but it's good to have. Basically, it tells us if anything happens that we need to do. The map, as you can see, pretty interesting. We have a big lake here. We have some other small lakes over here, and some other lakes up there, quite far away from where we are. But this one will make for a decent fishing spot, I think. And a trading harbor, of course. Then finally we have the job window here, professions. Now the professions window here is a big ugly thing, but it's very much necessary to have open because a lot of the game is managing exactly how your people are distributing their time and who has what job. So the interface takes up quite a bit of space on the world here, unfortunately. But I guess that's how it is supposed to be. So we have our guys cutting down trees. They've started already, hopefully. And while they're doing that, I guess we can start planning out some stuff. We need a road in front of the barn here. And I'm wondering, can we actually continue this road in a straight line? Well, once this tree is gone, I guess we can, because there's nothing really preventing us from it. So once we get these resources cut down, we can build the road. Now people are without homes and they don't like being without homes, so we need to get some houses up, especially before winter. But for that, I would really prefer that we can actually get a bit of planning involved here. So, as you can see, that they're working quite decently, with all of them just focusing on the road here. Alright, so we have this main road here, and as you can see, over there is still something that's preventing it from being a road, but overall, it seems that we can actually continue the road pretty well. So, I wish they would just focus on that one tree there. Is there a way, like, I can show limits? No. Increase priority. Focus on that tree. Thank you. Get it down. Get it done. No? They're not cutting down the tree? Nope. Oh, bastards. Alright, I guess we're just gonna have to start building some houses then. I think what we're gonna do is have the houses as down little side streets here. And I think what I want to do is also give a bit of space for the road here. So let's put one house down. Continue the road, just plan out where it's supposed to be. And continue it down there. And then maybe we could even start getting the fisherman up immediately. He needs to rotate, of course. And we need to place this guy so he has the most amount of water in his range. So that would be right about there, I think. Or he should be over here, but no, I think this is a better spot. Right there. Storage near capacity, yeah, and then start using some of it. God. Stupid people. And then let's get some more houses planned. Now, we can have what? As you can see, there are different models for the houses, first of all, so that's pretty nifty. I think we can actually fit in one more house there, but let's go with the free ones for now. And then assign 4 people to be builders, so stuff actually happens. Like, the default job is laborer, which basically is untrained people who do all the stuff like making roads, cutting down trees that I tell them to cut down, transporting stuff, and then we have the builders who focus on actually building stuff. So right now they're making a nice pile of stuff over there, which is not really that useful, but if we can just get the builders working over here, that would be brilliant. Yeah, no, it's near capacity. Stockpile. Make a stockpile. We can make another one. There we go. All the stuff been delivered, building has started. Excellent. That's one house going up. I think this one is second priority, so the fishing dock will be made right after the first house here. So we can start actually gathering some more stuff rather than just living off of potatoes. Now potatoes are brilliant, I realized this. Good source of food. Lots of starch. And alright, that's the first 5 people. Apparently, this girl, she's 12 years old and she has an 8-year-old child. There seems to be a little conflict of logic here, but if I can give you guys any sort of recommendation about this game, don't dwell too much on the ages, because it seems that people age 4 years a year or something like this, and that people do get children while they're very, very young. So don't dwell too much about it. It just gives you headaches. Trust me. Alright, we got a couple of houses going up, and we have a bit of food coming in here. Now, one of the really important things before the first winter comes is that we get wood. And honestly, if you want to get a decent supply of wood, you need to have a lumberjack, which basically, or a forester's hut, which plants and cuts down trees. And this area over here looks like a decent one because it's across the river. It's not where we want to expand into, so it can remain relatively untouched. But it does mean that we'll need to build a bridge very early on in the game here. So that's a bummer, but it's not too expensive, so let's do that. And then finally we need to get a road up to it. So we'll make a bridge over here, get our forester's hut and our gatherer's hut over there, so they can actually work in peace without interruptions from other stuff. And let's get some fishermen going as well. Let's get 4 of them actually, because we don't want to run out of food. We really don't want to. We do have quite a bit of extra resources right now, so we can get some more houses going up pretty quickly. That's not a house. That's a storage barn. House, there we go. Yeah, let's just continue the pattern here. We still have 13 people without houses. That should bring down to 9 now, yeah. So those 3 houses there should be enough to give everyone a place to live. Now the builders do have a lot of work for them, going for them right now, which of course is kind of sad. But, well, not sad really, as much as it's their job, so of course they'll do it. But it does give a bit of difficulty in getting them to actually spend their time properly. Hopefully they'll make this bridge quickly so we can actually get started on the resources that we need for winter. Like, we'll need to get a woodcutter to make firewood. We only have 75 of that. So that's going to be an issue as soon as winter comes, if we don't have a storage of like 300 or 400. That's my experience at least, that if people start freezing to death, then you're in for a bad time. So that's not something you want to happen immediately. Now this house here apparently has taken priority over the bridge. Although the bridge is being built by someone, yeah, okay, this guy. Who are you? Malvira, she's a woman. But she's doing a bang out job on the bridge there. It's impressive that she can build a bridge over there just by sawing there. Well done, sir. Well done, ma'am. Well done. Alright, more road planning. Let's get one going in here. And then hopefully the laborers will start cutting down the trees that are in the way and actually plan out the road. Like, they also need to cut down all of this stuff over here, which is where the road's supposed to be, so I would hope that they would actually start doing this. Okay, that's a chance. They don't work, of course. The fishermen are working and they've started producing fish already. Very nice, very nice. And these houses are taking quite high priority, but then again, I guess if people don't have a place to live, they're really not happy. Why are these not being removed? You're just idling. You're clothed, you have a tool, but you're not doing anything. Tired? Lazy? All these tired and lazy people. God. See if we can get some more builders then, if they'll actually do some stuff. Work for us, come on. And while this is happening, let's speed up the time a bit. Yeah, they're upset because they don't have any resources. Like, pretty much all the food we have has been distributed to the other houses, so... And the same with the firewood, so we really need to use the summer to get our important buildings up and running here. So we need first of all, we need the woodcutter so we can make firewood. Like, we don't need a forester's hut to actually get wood in the first place. We can just chop down trees, as you've seen me do. So that's not an issue, but we do need to get this path up over here going. And then we need to start a gatherer in here. Now the gatherer is an interesting building because basically it allows us to gather little fungi and mushrooms and plants and stuff that are berries, like wild berries and such in the forest. As you can see, there are mushrooms there. Like all of this stuff is little nodes gathered around underneath the trees. These are herbs. But like all of this little stuff, these mushrooms and such, can be gathered by the gatherers in here. And they replenish over time, so that's pretty good. But the gatherer gives a lot of food, and gives a lot of food variety, which is pretty important for health early on, as far as I know. So that's pretty good. Everyone has a house now. Really nice. These guys don't have any firewood, so once winter comes, that's going to be an issue if we don't get this woodcutter up. But hopefully that shouldn't happen or take too long, because we do have all the resources pretty much. We are kind of low on stone. But I'm thinking that once they finish this third road, they'll have cut up a bunch of stone. And if not, then we can select the specific collect stone here, and then select this area here so they collect all the stone but leave the trees. We can also do that to the boulder behind here. Focus on getting some stone, leave the trees for now, because we actually don't need to cut down the trees right now. It's nicer to have them for later, I think. It also helps with the prioritization that they only have one thing to do. Right, this road has been done pretty well. The hut has been placed. They've cut down all the trees around it. That means we can also start planning out where we want the forester's lodge. Now this little building here, as I've mentioned, plants trees, cuts down trees. So we want it over here where we have the room. So let's just put it right there, and we could also potentially put a hunter's lodge, but again, it seems that hunting grounds right behind the houses here are pretty good, so not really much need to put it over there, but we'll see. I know the reserve of stone is low. The reserve of food is also really low, so yeah, fancy that. But we got the woodcutter nearly done here. Let's speed up a bit so we can get that completely done. Get one more builder in. The laborers are really not doing much. Like this one, 38 out of 45. There we go. Let's get someone to be a woodcutter immediately. And wood cutting limits, let's set it to 300. That should take us through the first winter. A child named Irene was born. Irene. Interesting. So we got the gatherer's hut coming up here. It's almost done. So as soon as this is done, we'll cut down the builders and set in 3 gatherers, because, well, we really need some food. And how's this one working? Pretty well. 600 something so far. Like, just because the food supply says 0 doesn't mean we don't have any food, because all the houses, they do carry their own supply. But they are kind of egoistic. So like the first house here, you can see they took pretty much all the potatoes. There were bastards. But yeah, hopefully with this guy making some firewood now, these guys can get, yeah, exactly, they have a wee bit, not a lot, but they have a wee bit. And the forester's lodge coming along nicely here, so let's slow down time just a wee bit again. And then we can start looking at what we actually need to do. Again, I think we have what we need for the first winter now. We have the gatherer's hut and we have the fisherman's hut. 7 people employed in total to bring us food. That should be enough to keep us alive. But of course, without expanding our stocks, we're not really making much progress. We're also going to need a lot more stone, so let us get our workers going to collect the stone behind here. Like, without stone we can't really build much more. So that's a necessity. We can also look into extending this road here a bit toward where we actually want to build. Oh, there is actually a little... There is a little gap there. Interesting. Good thing I decided to build the houses a bit off to the side so we can just take it here instead. And then we can actually like put a well here. At one point. So we just want to remove the road in that middle square. Then we'll build a well there later on. I think that's a pretty nice place for a well anyway, so yeah. It's a well-chosen spot. Haha. Alright, we don't need builders right now because we're not building anything, so we can get 2 people working in forestry, I guess. We need to get some stone collected before we can really build anything, so hopefully the laborers here. I think that guy was a laborer, or is he a gatherer? He is a gatherer, yeah, he's picking berries. But yeah, as you can see, we have the little yellow X's underneath these stones here, so hopefully someone should be along. I think they're coming there to pick up the stone. Excellent. Now, the game has a bunch more stuff that we need to consider pretty soon. But for now, I think we're actually pretty much set for the first winter, and as you can see, autumn is coming. Autumn has come. So winter will be following soon. The temperature has dropped significantly. It was 27 Celsius before in the summer, now it's 4. So I believe firewood they're starting to use firewood now. And that means this guy is in a hurry to actually keep up with this demand. And these guys here, well, their job is to get some wood going for us so we don't run out. So yeah, hopefully this stone will be collected soon enough so we can actually look at exactly what we need. I think we need to cut down a couple more trees, so I think we're gonna sacrifice the ones behind here on this side of the river, because why not? Yeah, let's just remove everything. And then I think this is gonna be the first episode. Yeah, we're off to a good start. We have decent land, a lot of space over here we can use for interesting stuff. We have fishermen here with a nice big lake to work in. Another good spot for fishermen would be right here, for instance. Once we get a bit more control over our resources and such, we can start setting up a trade harbor over here. And yeah, maybe get started on some farms and some livestock. So yeah. Until next time, I'm Jerry, and this has been Banished. I hope you enjoyed and will continue to follow the series. Bye.